Alright, we gotta let that song play out, obviously. Probably the best Telltale game in the series. Hello everyone. eBloodyCandy with camera this time. And still bedhead because I haven't left this chair all day. We're coming with a banger, by the way. We're gonna be playing Shaq Fu for the Genesis. The rare occasion that EBC plays a non-Nintendo game. So yeah, with that. So Shaq Fu requires a little bit of a setup to get going. Generally, we would do no audio because audio causes a ton of lag, but this is Retrothon, and Retrothon deserves all of the Shaq noise it can get, so. Also, I liked how duel is the first option and not story. But with that said, 3, 2, 1, let's roll. Story. Shaq goes to Japan. Shaq goes to Japan, walks into the store. Old guy goes, hey, my kid's missing. He went into this portal in the back of my shop. Can you go save him? Yeah, sure, whatever. And then we go in the back of the shop and we go into the portal into this distant land where we just go and high kick people in the face until we get to Set Ra, which is the final boss of the game. We ideally don't want perfects because they do take extra time, but I mean, when you're as perfect as Shaq, there's, oh, there we go. We got a shin kick in there. When you're as perfect as Shaq is, it's pretty hard to get hit. So the name of the game, if you're ever wanting to learn Shaq Fu speedruns, first of all, message me or Count Gooby. But there is a level of difficulty for every Shaq game out there, and there's more than one, I promise you. I will say the hardest Shaq Fu game so far that I have encountered is Shaq Fu for the Game Gear. Game Gear Shaq Fu is impossible. I think that's the only Shaq Fu I can't like consistently beat. Otherwise, the Amiga one is actually pretty tough too, just because of the load times. And if you're wondering like why is Shaq Fu on Amiga, the question is why not, first of all. Secondly, Shaq Fu has 5 discs for the Amiga. So it's pretty interesting. I eventually want to get the Amiga up and running for a Shaq showcase for an RGL event where you can watch me swap in 5 discs to get into just a Shaq match. But I would say the next hardest after that is the Super Nintendo Shaq Fu. Mostly because your inputs get eaten so much. In the Super Nintendo Shaq Fu, there's a lot of lag, which kind of think whatever, lag. But the Super Nintendo Shaq Fu requires you to do the Shaq Hurricane, which is basically think of like a fireball from Street Fighter, but better. And if your inputs get eaten, you don't get to throw the Shaq Shuriken, and you just get smoked by the enemy. And then the next hardest after that is the Game Boy Shaq Fu, which you will see after this run. I would say the only reason the Game Boy Shaq Fu is the hardest is just because of the button control. It just hurts your thumbs. You have to do something what we call the roundhouse kick or a sweeping leg, which is a down back kick motion, and it eats your thumbs away pretty quick. We just beat up an old man. That's actually the shop owner, so we had to prove ourselves to him that we can in fact save this kid. So now we're gonna go fight Prince of Persia here. This guy can be a dick just because he has such high range with his swords, and he starts further back than most of the other bosses as well too. But the easiest Shaq Fu to play will be the Genesis. Speedrun wise as well too. So speedrun wise, what you're seeing right now is literally it. You hold right and you press, I think it's the C button on the Sega controller, which is your high kick. And if the person jumps over you, then you hold left and press C to keep it going. Hey man, they've been in Assassin's Creed in Japan. They can have Prince of Persia anywhere they want now. Alright. Prince of Persia is not owned by Ubisoft anymore. They can do whatever they want with it. Alright, we beat him up. Now we're gonna go fight. We're gonna go to Gargoyle's Peak here. We're gonna fight this guy. So something that's pretty unique to little Zappy boy over here. He did this to me in the D-roast earlier today too. All right, see now we got hold. Oh, now we got hold right again. In the Sega Game, I think does the Game Gear have it? I can't remember if the Game Gear has it, but in the Genesis, you have an extra fight, which we will see here after we beat this guy up. The Super Nintendo actually does not have the extra fight at all. Super Nintendo is quote-unquote faster because it has one less fight. The Game Boy version is quote-unquote faster because it has no fights in it. The Game Gear version is pretty much just like the Genesis version. Alright, so here we go. We're about to dive into that. Got it perfect. We're about to dive into that one fight, that exclusive Sega Genesis fight. Here it is, the Wasteland. For some reason this guy turns into a rock after you beat him. I don't understand why. But even though this guy is an exclusive boss in the Shaq Fu series, it's, in my opinion, the easiest of every fight. Kind of useless to have in here. Oh, he hit me. All right, we're not getting a perfect. Good time save. Look at that. Bro being a bro. All right, so he just crumbles into a rock. I don't understand why. But the reason we fight him last on that island is because there's going to be a bridge that's going to pop up right in front of us. So for the sake of time saving, we beat him so we can walk across this bridge. And now we're gonna get stuck on the bridge. Now we're gonna go fight the crazy cat lady. Cat lady is probably arguably the hardest fight in every Shaq Fu game. She's a jerk in the Game Boy version, and a jerk in the Game Gear version, and a jerk in the Amiga version. But in the Genesis version, clearly not as much of a jerk. Hey, there you go. Oh, I gotta jump over there. She's on it. So usually if she dives away or teleports away from you, there's a high likelihood she's gonna throw something at you. She is not cooperating right now. There we go. There's a high likelihood she's gonna throw one of her special attacks at you. So if you just know to jump towards her, she will never hit you, and if you just jump kick, you'll hit her in the face. Call it a day. So now we're gonna go fight against Jax, I guess, from Mortal Kombat. Terminator Shaq, Future Shaq. I don't know what you want to call it. Future Shaq is a jerk on harder difficulties. So most runs of Shaq Fu are done on easy difficulty. Just because we can spam a button like this, but there are some that will dive into the medium and expert difficulties, and Shaqinator over here on hard difficulty pulls out like machine guns and missiles, and it's not a good time. In my opinion, the second hardest fight of the game when played on a higher difficulty. The hardest fight is Set Raw. It's because Set Raw can be a jerk. Alright, so we beat up Shaqinator. Yep, see you, bud. So now we gotta go down here to the south gate, and we're gonna beat up a kid. So this is the kid we're supposed to be saving, by the way. But instead, we're just gonna kick him in the face a bunch of times. Yeah, I don't know why we beat up the kid we have to save. That's not in the lore. Ooh, nice roundhouse there. Oh, we gotta watch out for that mine. Kid's got moves, man. Look at this. He almost got a roundhouse when he landed, too. Gonna fling his little thingy at me. Get out of here. Jerk, kid. Hey. Yeah, knock him out to throw him over the shoulder to escape the portal, apparently. Kid's like, nah, I ain't going anywhere. Yeah, so you gotta shoot your little shield. Get out of here. I wish I could do a back handspring like that. All right. There we go. Once you get into that corner, you're oh, okay. Well, you're just gonna sneak out. How did you dodge that kick? You're not gonna backflip away from me, kid. Get out of here. Is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the final boss? No, that's in Hang Time, NBA Hang Time on Super Nintendo. All right, now we got across the bridge. So we do the South Gate last, obviously across the bridge. Now we're gonna fight Monster. Monster is the hardest fight in the Game Boy version because of its reach. So Monster has claws, obviously. So if you remember like Street Fighter, that one guy that has like the stretchy arms and the stretchy legs, it's kind of what Monster's like. Whenever Monster swings or does any type of attack at you, it takes up half the screen. So it's pretty fair. Yeah, that person. Drop chat. I don't play Street Fighter. The only fighting, honestly God, the only fighting games I ever play is Fist of the North Star for the Game Boy and Shaq Fu. I'm bad at fighting games in general. So that's Monster. So now it's the second to final fight of the game. Now we gotta go face off against Set Ra. And that first little cutscene that you saw with the lightning bolts, Monster was reviving Set Ra for the final fight. So now the cover of the tomb opens up across the bridge into the Tombstone Island. Now we face off against Set Ra, which is the final boss fight. Now Set Ra can be a jerk because Set Ra is a mummy and will use his bandages and whatever else to put it through the floor and attack you, and this is why the estimate was a little bit higher than normal, see like that. His attack also ranges pretty wildly across the screen as well. He also has an attack where that one right there where he has like saw blades coming out of him. Yeah, don't understand that one either. He's gonna beat me, isn't he? No one beats chicken. Be here. Stop jumping. Yeah, Set Ra is a jerk. This is the reason runs die right here. It's this guy. Oh, we almost got roundhoused. Almost. And not yet. Not yet. It's time. Yeah, 11:59, sub 12. That is Shaq Fu for the Genesis. We've beaten Set Ra. We saved the kid, come back from the back room of the portal. Looking like Charles Barkley. We run out into the court, but wait! Why is Monster here? Then you talk some trash, and then we roll credits. And when Shaq fights Set Ra in space. And that's Shaq Fu for the Genesis. Easy game to learn, honestly. If you're looking for like a speedrun fighting game that it takes no thought at all, because I literally read chat the entire time. Shaq Fu, Genesis, not Super Nintendo. That one takes concentration. 12 minutes of your life you're never getting back. Well, you know what, bud? You're about to get 5 minutes more of your life you're not getting back after this one. Play Shaq Fu for the Game Boy. So everyone stay tuned.